a lot of the aches and pains that you experience now are more so because honestly, you haven't really been using your body. Like you're not really active enough. Okay. And so always remember that a body that is inactive, that's not being moved is going to become a body where the muscles shrink, where the fat accumulates, where the heart and lungs decrease in their efficiency, and other issues kind of start to happen too. Muscles get tight, and so on and so forth, because you're not moving your body through its natural movement that it actually needs. Okay. So make sure you recover, take it easy, but also don't let age be an excuse. Good morning, y'all. I'm Sean McClendon, certified personal trainer, here to empower you to look better, to feel better, and to take full control of your health. All right. So, one thing that I kind of realized as a trainer and as one, who's in my, later 30s, as we get older, especially those of us who are active, we kind of tend to kind of be on one side of a spectrum, on either extreme of a spectrum. Either we're not really active at all, we think about our glory days and then we don't really do much of anything because we feel like we can't, or we go to the other side where we might be doing too much. And don't get me wrong, exercise, exercising a lot is good. But when I say doing too much, I mean like essentially you start doing something and then you still operate in a certain kind of mindset, like, well, I can just kind of get up and start doing things. And truth be told, I have to be careful of that sometimes myself. So does age have an effect on the way your body performs? Now, the obvious answer to that is absolutely yes. Now, I say that carefully because sometimes, let's be real, we use our age as an excuse. We say, I'm getting older, these bones, these muscles ain't what they used to be, and the thing is, we really don't know because we haven't been doing anything and we've actually let our bodies deteriorate on us. And so a lot of times we're saying, and I'm just being real, we're saying this kind of stuff, but we really don't know what we're talking about because we just more so haven't done anything because work took over our lives and we just haven't been active. And of course, anytime you take a body that was doing a lot and then you don't do anything with it for a long time, then your systems start to operate differently. Your heart and your lungs lose efficiency, your muscles atrophy. That means they get smaller. You accumulate fat tissue, possibly. You lose like muscle strength and various other things. And so your body is going to be operating at a sub level. But that's not really so much of that's not really just an age thing. That's just really having to do with you being inactive. But that said, it is true that your body kind of changes a bit. So, like, case in point, I know for me, um, if I hadn't been exercising a while, like in my 20s or whatever, I can pretty much just, I could get back to it and, be going to like 4 or 5, 6 days a week with no issue and playing pickup basketball, no warm up or anything like that. But it's true. Now I actually do need to warm up. And I know that because I've had, a few injuries as of the past couple of years. Not significant, thank God, but like just more so like aches and pains and things like that that show me that okay, Sean, you have to warm up, you have to stretch, you have to gradually ease into things. Okay. So for example, um back in 2023 sometime, I started experiencing some soreness in my right Achilles tendon. I think it was my right one. And I had started doing a lot of heels. And it was probably like the second week into it that I kind of started to experience a little soreness in that Achilles tendon. And so I almost immediately backed off of that, because I didn't want to play with that tendon. I wanted to give it a chance to heal. And then after about a month or so, I think the pain went away. But that said, the reason why that happened is because, I've run many hills in the past, but I just kind of started again and I underestimated that my body would need to kind of gradually ease into stuff. So I probably did hills too many days close together, is what that amounted to. I also experienced hamstring soreness earlier that year from doing hills. And I think I kind of went it was like, actually, it was a slight strain because I was like really pushing it that day and I didn't really warm up. And so I pulled a hamstring, but it was very slight. I mean, it didn't really affect much of anything, but I did back off of heels for a bit. But what that taught me is when I start to do anything, I'll warm up for a little bit by doing whatever activity I'm going to do at a lower intensity. So for example, if I'm running hills now, my first 5 hills are going to be nice and easy. They're going to be easy hills where I'm more so jogging. I'm not really concerned about bolting up the hill. Now, after that fifth hill, then I'm really kind of like starting to push it and whatnot. But like the first 5 hills are going to be pretty easy just to kind of warm up the muscle groups. Um, and so then I've also experienced some elbow soreness and stuff like that from some of the pushing exercises I was doing, chair dips and tiger push-ups and whatnot. They work the tricep here, and so the tricep attaches, back here at the shoulder, and then also at the elbow. And so the nature of the exercise actually put a lot of stress on the muscle down here. So they put a lot of stress on that tendon where it attaches to the bone. So I was experiencing a lot of soreness there. So I actually had to take a week off of exercise this past week. I'm saying that to say this. I'm not just here just telling you about me injuring myself. What I'm saying is you and I got to pay careful attention to recovery. Pay attention to recovery. I know when you were in high school, in college, that recovery and stretching and warming up and all that stuff was just kind of like, of course you weren't going to do that. I understand that. That was me too. However, for the sake of being able to continue to have an active lifestyle, preventing injury, minor or major injury, warm up, man. When you get started exercising, take your first few reps real easy. Just focus on getting the joints lubricated, getting blood flowing into the muscle. Just take it easy. And then, now I will not advise you to stretch before you work out, not unless it's like a dynamic stretch, but no static stretches because a lot of studies show that static stretching where you just kind of hold some sort of position for a while, lengthening that muscle out before you use it, actually can kind of impede your ability to perform. So you don't want to do that kind of stretch until afterwards. But if you're doing for example, if you're doing like I do arm waves, if you're doing those like to stretch out your back and all that kind of stuff, that kind of active dynamic stretching is fine. So warm up, maybe do some dynamic stretching, perform your exercise, gradually. Don't go right to 100. You know, when you finish, just take it easy, stretch as soon as you can afterwards. Okay. And then one thing that I was doing that I kind of got out of the habit of is taking like cold showers and things like that. But take care of your body. Like take it easy. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, so to speak. You're doing um active stuff, or you're being active for your lifetime. So, you don't have to rush it. You just have to get active and whatnot. But don't let your age or whatever be an excuse for you to say, that you no longer have it. Like you not really what you used to be and all that kind of stuff. All that is excuses. I'm just gonna tell you. It's all excuses. A lot of the aches and pains that you experience now are more so because honestly, you haven't really been using your body. Like you're not really active enough. Okay. And so always remember that a body that is inactive, that's not being moved, is going to become a body where the muscles shrink, where the fat accumulates, where the heart and lungs decrease in their efficiency, and other issues kind of start to happen too. Muscles get tight, and so on and so forth, because you're not moving your body through its natural movement that it actually needs. Okay. So make sure you recover, take it easy, but also don't let age be an excuse. Y'all have a good one. If you like this content, you might also be interested in one of my books. Learn how you can take steps literally today to successfully manage, control, and overcome common issues such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and belly fat. It's all about putting power back in your hands to improve your own health. Get your book copy today by the links in the description or by visiting seanmcclennan.com/books. Also, don't forget, hit the like button and subscribe, and join my email list at seanmcclennan.com/subscribe.